Hello and welcome to this video, guys. In this video, you can see that I have a big old box in front of me, and I'm assuming by the title of this video, you can deduce that there is a 4x5 camera in here. I did purchase a couple of other things that I wanted to unbox all at the same time, but that package got delayed to be delivered later this evening, and I don't want to wait. So I'm going to go ahead and unbox the camera, and then show you some of the other things that I purchased for the 4x5 setup. So let's get into it. Oh man, it's heavy. Holy crap. This is way heavier than I thought it was going to be. Wow, it is in really, really nice condition. I don't know how well you can see that from there, but man, this thing is beautiful. So this is the Toyo Field 45A. It's the camera that I wanted when I was initially looking at getting into large format, but when I was doing my initial research, it was just slightly out of my price range. And that's until I found the kit that I found online that came with everything that I needed to get started. So, to introduce everything that I have, so obviously the Toyo Field 45A, I have the Fujinon L 210mm f5.6, which was one of the lenses that I wanted to get, and I freaking love this thing. It is amazing and it is beautiful. Next, I have the Graflock, or a Graflock, or Graflex, whatever, 6x7 roll film back. I don't really think I'm going to be using this, if I'm being honest. I have a Pentax 6.7, so that'll fulfill my 6x7 needs. Granted, if this was a 6x12 back, I'd be all over this thing, but it's not, unfortunately. Next, it came with 4 film holders. These 3 are empty. I actually have 2 sheets of FPP Frankenstein 200 in these guys, so I'm going to be careful with those. And yeah, that's the kit. This is everything that I bought from that one seller. I've shot 10 sheets of film so far with the Toyo Field 45A, and initial impressions, it's freaking awesome. I'll have a lot more dedicated videos going into the future about this setup, but for now, this is what I have. So now that I've shown you the kit, I want to go through and show you some of the photos that I've taken with this camera. So shortly after I got the Toyo, I made a post on my Instagram story seeing if there would be any interest in me taking photos of people, portraits of people using this setup. And to my surprise, there's a lot more interest than I thought, but I only had time to shoot with one person, and that person was my friend named Lennon, who's in a band, and so we decided to shoot photos at his studio.
This guy is just so pretty. It's like a chorus is what it's called. I love that.
That's crazy, dude.
That's the best, dude. And this one like emulates. There's a lot of stuff that emulates like old tape machines, Like this pedal has one on here. It's supposed to sound like a cassette.
So all of those photos that you saw were developed by a lab, but I did buy all of the necessary chemicals as well as accessories that I needed to develop film here at my house. But I'm still learning a lot about developing with the things that I have, and so I haven't gotten the best results with the film that I've developed at home. I've had a lot of weird marks and lines that are caused from the way that I'm developing the film, and so for the shoot, I didn't want to risk ruining these images, so I decided to just drop them off at the lab, let them take care of it, and I'm really happy that they did. So the things that I used to develop are the Stallman Press SP445, Cinestill DF96, and Hypo Wash. Now, the reason why I went with the DF96 is because I wanted a quick and easy way to develop my photos, because it is a monobath, and we don't have a ton of space at our house right now in our bathroom. So I wanted the smallest and most minimalist kit that I could have to develop 4x5 film. However, like I said, there are some drawbacks. I'm having some issues with, like I mentioned before, some lines and weird marks that I'm getting on my film. Also with the Stallman Press, I developed some photos and I had these weird lines on them that are caused by the film holders. Another downside of DF96 is that it does add more contrast and more grain to your images. And so for all those reasons, that's why I decided to just drop off the film at the lab and, so I could get the best results that I could from this photo shoot. Okay, so what are my initial impressions about shooting 4x5 film? So first things first, I want to say it's been a fantastic experience using this camera. It's been really fun to slow myself down a lot more than I'm already used to using, film in general, but even, medium format film. And, large format kind of takes that to another level where you do slow down a lot more. But yeah, it's been a great experience. When I first got the camera, I was really excited about it, obviously, but at the same time, I was kind of I was having a hard time figuring out where this would fit in my workflow. But after doing the shoot with Lennon, I feel like I've kind of found where I want this to sit when I'm going on a photo shoot. The way that we did that shoot was I had other cameras that I brought. I had my X-T5 and my Pentax 6.7, and we kind of just like shot around different places around the studio. And towards the end of the shoot, once I'd finally found the compositions that I liked the most using my other cameras, that's when I decided to pull out the Toyo 45 and then fire off some frames that I liked the most. So that's kind of where I think that this is going to sit going into the future, is to kind of just like savor it to the end of a shoot and take the compositions that I feel very strong about. So now I want to talk about some of the film stocks that I have for this setup. So I've shot 4x5 film in the past. It's been many, many years. I shot it at a summer camp when I was in high school. I shot like 4 frames of it, and my instructor kind of did most of the legwork. We pretty much just focused and took the pictures. And so since I had so much to learn and maybe even a little bit to relearn, I didn't want to like waste money or not even just waste money. I didn't want to waste money or waste valuable film stocks by me trying to learn and experiment. So my solution was to buy the cheapest black and white film stock that I could find, and that was FPP Frankenstein 200. I bought a 25 sheet pack for $30, so just over $1 per roll. That's also why I decided to buy chemicals so I could develop at my house, again, just to expedite my learning process and to save some money. But besides the FPP 200 that I bought, I also bought Portra 160 VC, which is obviously expired, and you saw one of the images that I shot on this photo shoot. That was just a test shot just to see how the film would handle, because it has been expired and I didn't really know how it was stored. But other than those 2 film stocks, I also have some Provia 100F, some Velvia 100, Ektar 100, and that's it. Yeah, just those 3. I'm still trying to figure out where those are going to sit in this workflow, because I do like shooting landscapes on film, especially with slide film, but I do have a Pentax 6.7 that I kind of bought for that reason. So, I might end up selling the Velvia and the Provia. I will for sure keep the Ektar, but again, there's still so much that I'm trying to figure out. Like I mentioned before, I kind of know how I'm going to use this setup for portraits, but there's still so much that I can do with this camera. And so, again, there's still so much on the table and so much for me to flesh out and learn. And I don't think I'll know those answers for quite some time. But yeah, those are the film stocks that I have. Frankenstein 200 from Film Photography Project, Portra 160 VC, Velvia 100, Provia 100F, and I think that's and Ektar 100. There we go. Those five film stocks. So now I'm looking at my phone to see if there's anything else that I need to say. Okay, last thing that I'll say, if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave comments in the description. Feel free to DM me on Instagram. Not just questions, but maybe suggestions that you guys would want to see about anything that I talked about in this video, whether it's the camera, the lens, the film stocks, anything like that. Feel free to leave them in the description, or feel free to leave a comment or DM me on Instagram. And so with all that being said, I think I'm going to start wrapping up this video. If you guys like the video, please consider leaving a like or subscribing to the channel. It does help me out a lot. If you guys like the stuff that you saw in this video and want to see more of my work, I will leave my Instagram on the screen right now, as well as a link to my Instagram and my website in the description below. So now that that's wrapped up, I'm finally going to end the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.